would like to congratulate Elite Plus in having organized yet another summit. And really the turnout for this summit is amazing. I was told that this two-day summit will have 2,200 delegates from 25 plus countries and 800 plus organizations. And this includes the global leaders in flexible and rigid packaging, recyclers, converters, raw material suppliers, policymakers, NGO leaders, brand owners. So basically everybody in the stakeholder chain is present here. And this clearly shows that Elite Plus is able to reach almost all the stakeholders and bring them all together for 2 days of meeting each other, learning from each other. Ladies and gentlemen, the time, especially for our units which export outside, is a bit difficult, as this is a one sector in the plastic industry which contributes a reasonable amount to our exports, and because of the global trade uncertainties, they will be facing a bit of problems. So this is the right time basically that all the stakeholders get together and deliberate on how to deal with this particular time. I'm sure that
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vajipey. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Banyan Nation. Today's presentation, firstly, is about the opportunity, challenges, and innovations required for PCR development in flexible polyolefins. But more fundamentally, it's about India's readiness to lead the global transition in flexible packaging recycling. For over a decade, Banyan Nation has been at the forefront of India's circular economy revolution. We didn't just build a recycling company, as some of you know. We reimagined how post-consumer waste could be transformed into premium brand-ready materials. And starting in 2013 with a vision to tackle India's plastic waste crisis through technology and inclusive partnerships, we've processed tens of thousands of tons of waste, integrated thousands of kabadiwalas, and established ourselves as the country's most trusted name in plastic recycling. Our journey began with rigid packaging, bottles, caps, containers, where we pioneered advanced washing technologies, developed comprehensive quality systems, and built supply chains that could deliver virgin equivalent performance at scale. Today, over 2 billion packages across India carry our recycled content, trusted by leading FMCG, automotive, and industrial brands. But 2025 marks a new chapter. We're extending our decade of expertise into flexible packaging, the final frontier of plastic recycling in India. Now, this expansion for Banyan Nation isn't just opportunistic, it's strategic. We're leveraging our decade-long expertise in plastic recycling directly into flexible applications. Now, what defines Banyan Nation remains unchanged as we enter flexibles: clean, consistent, and compliant.
And you can say I'm an odd man out. I'm a professor in one of the institute, and learning last 2 days from you that how could achieve the sustainability in the flexible packaging. Just the panel before, it has been, one word has been shouted, plastic is bad. But the fact that if the plastic is bad, then why we are here? The fact that it's a wonderful material, that's why we are collectively here to make it further, improved it. It's quite a sustainable material as far as the manufacturing and the consumer consumer requirement are concerned. Though there are concerns associated to the life of options of this, the beginning of life option of this kind of a polymer, or when we talk about after a service life. Otherwise, it's a wonderful material. It's quite a sustainable material. There are certain certain things what we need to be addressed. We talk about, in the previous panel, we talk about the global footprint and climate change. That's not only the plastic which is going to be going to address all the issues and all the problems. However, when we talk about this carbon footprint, you know, the better practices can also be evolved not only towards the packaging application, but also to the raw material supply also, the feed supply, the feedstock supply also. There are certain attempt has been made instead of fossil-based going to the renewable-based renewable-based of these kind of polymers. That may literally possibly help some level of carbon cycle, in fact, giving a shorter carbon cycle, as well as the recycling. Recycling is a wonderful, it's a blessing in disguise in a country like India, that we could able to recycle the most of the plastics compared to the rest of the world.
Thanks, Nidhi, for giving me this opportunity. Welcome to this important session on plastics in circularity. We shall be discussing UREP, use of recycled plastic, as a measure of circularity. Specifically with respect to rPET, recycled polyester, polypropylene and polyethylene. The functional requirements of recycled material, as well as the risk profiles associated with it. As we all know, there are three primary reasons for the country, for us to adopt circularity as a culture. Most important, as we all know, is the environment requirement. It's a great decarb initiative. We recently conducted a PCF, a product carbon footprint study, and we realized across all the locations, across all the products, and we realized that the rPET, the RP and RPP, the carbon
timelines, so that, you know, whatever investments in the R&D and what are investments in infra are being made, they are justified. So we need to adhere to the timelines and ensure the implementation. Government should ensure the implementation in letter and spirit. That's number one. Number two is government-backed framework around traceability and consistent quality of available PCR-based resin, as we'll be using this for food-grade applications, so it's very, very important. Another is like focusing or enabling people to invest in R&D, enabling industry to invest in R&D about the use of resin which is made out of laminates. So what to do once you make resin out of laminate in order to maximize the use? Government needs to help industry or enable industry to focus on R&D. And last but not
the mandate for Europe has started from April 2025 of this year. As I explained to you, we've already had large capacities of food grade approved of nearly 300,000 tons. And another 700,000 tons would be, I think, operational by the next financial year as well. The recycling industry is ready to support the requirement. But definitely there are some challenges because the recycling, when you go into such stringent quality norms, traceability like is required, that to ensure that you are using food grade material to manufacture only food grade resins. This definitely is having a cost bearing, and the adoption definitely has been slower because as of now the cost is slightly higher than the virgin price.
Products are at both levels, food also and non-food applications also. Now, if you look at the current trend, I think people are getting ready, and similarly, America is also started, I think 2 years before we started this journey. Things are to be, I think, handled a little of conscious, because take an example of say hair oil, which has got certain fragrance into it. So the quality of material which we would be using it has to come up to the level where this has to be maintained to the entire shelf life of the product. For example, my product is having a shelf life of 18 to 24 months. Then to that level, to different environmental conditions, things have to be to maintain their mechanical properties and other strengths. So what we observe that things are coming up and the quality of the recycled material is also getting improved day by day as more and more people are demanding it, and then Dalmia would.
And to illustrate that point, on the resin side, when it comes to polyester, we are investing close to 300 crore plus in adding more capacity. And one of the innovations that we are bringing to the market, which will make food safety and efficiency even better, and is what you call a single pellet solution, wherein 30% recycled content is already pre-mixed with virgin resin. So this really streamlines the downstream operations for any manufacturer, whether you're manufacturing a film or whether you're manufacturing a bottle. Trade-offs around performance, around appearance are eased out. Secondly, if I speak about flexible films, then it's not just polyester, but also PP and PE. And this year was a watershed year because UFlex gained approval from US FDA for food safety of.
First of all, it's a welcome step that at least one of the polymer, which is important polymer, has got clarity from regulatory perspective. And people have started adopting it. Now the challenge comes here in terms of the format as well. While adoption in the rigid formats is easy, but when we talk about flexible packaging and with a long gestation time in terms of qualifications, the QA fraternity is supportive, but they are naturally cautious. They have concerns around primarily the consistency of the input feedstock, consistency of the decontamination process, traceability in the fragmented supply chain. And also, if I can say, like ISCC Plus is a globally recognized certification system. We need something that kind of from the authorities in India as well to give that confidence to the QA fraternity. But having said that, it's a welcome step. People have started working in that direction.
Thought process is the first step, right? So we need to understand that yesterday's waste needs to be tomorrow's solution. And the way to do it is by ensuring that the life cycle of packaging doesn't end up at landfill. And the first step towards it would be the design for recyclability. So at Mondelez, we've got a couple of different brands, classification of brands. One is called an international brand, and then there are certain local jewels. So there are going to be standards set globally, and there are going to be standards set locally. So that is where I mentioned that Mondelez follows the principle of law of land or law of Mondelez, whichever is stricter. So on international brands, it will always be something which is internationally more stringent. And on local jewels, it will always be something which has the local law of land takes over the precedence.
Our associate partner, Artians, and our networking